doing interviews, he's talking, he's throwing out Zai J's in the game, and he's killing a lot. Like,
that was close right there, almost caught him.
I just love the storyline of Nisha just becoming vocal. You know, he's been around for so many years.
And you can see there, Liquid end up getting 3 of the bounty runes. Becoming vocal also, you saw there that, I mean, they all tipped Mickey, and then one of the ones was Nisha. I think that last hit was supposed to go to him for mid, but regardless, it's fine, you know, comes on in, takes it. That's how it goes sometimes.
And once again, we have this Nisha versus 9 in the mid lane. We're going to have Tusk and the Kunkka. Nisha, he's now not on the farming hero. The roles have actually swapped, right? In the previous game, it was Nisha on the Celeste rack. He can't really make moves on that, he'll just farm. Same thing for 9 now in his Kunkka. He's a hero that happily TP if the engagement is close to his tower, but he doesn't want to start the engagement. So if Nisha does break from mid lane, look towards, does 9 actually mirror that movement, TP and counterplay? Very much Liquid, they need to be the aggressors throughout this early portion of the game. Just try and actually get a Roshan. If they don't get the Roshan like in the last game, again, could spell some doom.
See, Nisha did a really good job. Yeah. The early momentum is definitely going to need to be in their favor, but you see the sort of just mechanical skill coming out right now. You know, 6-2 versus 4-0, and a lot of these have just been him being a little bit quicker, a little bit more on the mark as he misses the last hit, and a caster curse. I'm sorry, Nisha, please forgive me. But regardless, we'll keep our eyes on that one and see how he ends up doing. It's, 9 playing on this Kunkka, a hero that, to be honest, I don't feel like he's super well known. Oh, was that mid dive? No. Snake King gonna get ran down here as Boxi just, I mean, this is gonna be the easiest Riki kill of his life.
Maybe his only kill in the game. He is support Riki, and yeah, he's gonna be so happy with that. That was such a clutch cookie, and unfortunately for Snake King, gonna be going down. I love the rise of offlane Snapfire at least. It's this hero that you just max out Scatterblast Cookie, you have an abundance of damage, and sure there's this void that can time walk away from it, but it's always gonna be that constant, if you walk to the lane, you're gonna be brought down. If you don't have time walk, you'll lose your HP. Just inevitably bring this kind of the laning aggression.
Dania. Spirit siphoned and chased down a little bit here. Saksa not opting to chase any further as obviously only level 2, didn't have an avalanche ready. You know, you mentioning that Snapfire, I told myself earlier that I was going to say this, if we ever saw an offlane Snapfire, if you're out there, you want to try a fun build, just go Medallion of Courage, max little Shredder. It's terrible in pro games, but man, you just blast people in the game. It feels great. All right, that's the last I'm going to talk about it.
Did you actually talk about Medallion of Courage? Did you see what Reddit was talking about with Medallion of Courage?
Oh, yeah.
Thousands of upvotes.
Yeah. It should happen.
I mean,
absolutely.
Thank God Reddit doesn't actually directly influence the patch.
What are you talking about? It was great.
What, just well, we can encourage you? Okay. All right, I'm sorry. I'm getting derailed here.
We can do it, but I will say that I like it.
Okay. All right, we'll split 50-50. If it gets added into the game,
I know.
Now we know who I
33. He's in some trouble right now, getting brought down lower and lower. Mickey, help from the other lane somewhat low. That Kunkka.
Top lane, very close. Oh, Kunkka. Getting shot. Boxi, the Riki rotation. You don't see that often.
Big, good damage in and body blocks. Dude, he's not moving everywhere. Boxi! Dude, that was disgusting. I mean, he was dead anyways, no matter what, but the body blocks were especially good.
Yeah, it was the lingering block of the shards on top of the Riki just being perfectly positioned. Yeah, if Kunkka ever steps up, yeah, Nisha just really styling a little bit on mid lane in the last 2 games, at least in the first 5 or 6 minutes.
I will say that 9 was doing a good job of catching back up there. You can see as the levels stacked up, he's still 21 last hits, as some pretty good damage. No chance to time walk, and that means that Skitter has to eat that damage. That is particularly annoying for the Faceless Void.
I guess actually that's something I didn't really think about. This Riki into the Void. If you ever step up too far, you're inside the smoke screen of the Riki plus the slows of the Scatterblast. There's actually cute ways that you can prevent Void from ever getting the time walk off. So you would amplify the Snapfire's landing. I think another reason why offlane Snap feels good was for Tundra, their entire early game is built around Death Prophet with Exos. If she can dictate some reactionary moves from Liquid, prevent that snowball through the Tundra side of the map, it's going to feel good for Tundra.
And I mean, the other thing that I wanted to mention about that too is we think about the context of like what this pick was. This was a last pick Faceless Void for Skitter, and I feel like some of that has got to be that it's normally a really good lane against the Snapfire because you can just time walk all the damage. If that's taken away from him, I mean, obviously Smokescreen, not a great one, and we see the Phoenix die again. I mean, this could be a really big problem for him.
I feel like the Tundra, at least, sometimes with their picks, it's less about the lane, but more also...
Toss back. I mean, there's so much action going on around the map right now. Sox is already dead. Insania going to get brought down as well by 33 as he eventually dies. Does 33 need to get out of here? Yes, indeed. Mickey chasing. Can he get out? He had a TP available. Stick charge is there. Chased. Going to get hit by it.
One more hit.
And it is trying to get him underneath the tower. Soxa,
the best player.
couldn't get in for in time.
Good old one bait under Tabayan. And then just run down the entire way. Yeah, I think Mickey just thoroughly enjoying this top lane so far. And once again, for Liquid at least in the start of the game, the cores are doing so well, it just frees up supports to have a little bit more presence on map. And yeah, net worth, all three cores of Liquid sitting at top, and this is exactly what this draft needs. It's to win the laning phase, group up, find some key picks, utilize the tag team of Tusk to go for Roshan, and with Aegis, you can then start baiting out the eggs, the Chronos, and really try and choke out the map for Tundra.
Yeah, speaking of eggs, Snake King has definitely had a tough one here at the beginning of this laning stage. You can see 5 seconds until he dives back up, but with 9 moving in, he's going to be able to get some frustrating situations out here from Boxi. Snake King, all of those were tanked by 9. Has the X, has the Torrent, pulls him back in. Still a lot of regen. Boxi, can he escape? He's getting burned down. And Skinner, no, he's not dying. He does die with time dilation. Die, chased, but not going to go. Anisha is mid, fighting Soxa. There's action all over right now in this game. Toss back, go, toss, tries to get out of there. Oh, you need a torrent in between. He didn't have it. Mana. So Nisha survives.
It's love the aggression from Liquid though, especially Boxi. The fact that he's going up onto the Phoenix, he knows that he can destroy the spells, throw the smoke screen down, just he's doing the annoying things to not allow Kunkka to find those just fluid pickoffs. If there was any other hero there, that's an X, that's a boat, kill off the support, you're back to mid, but he's utilizing the Riki skill set just to force Tundra's hand a little bit more. And again, that's kind of what Liquid needs to do. They need to put Tundra in reactionary positions to continue delaying. And I guess the main thing here is if Skidder hits 6 on Chrono, there's not that innate hero that wants to rotate and get a free kill. You'd argue probably the Tiny needs to be that hero. It's not like you want to bring the Kunkka down and all these big resources just into your safe lane.
Well, and that's sometimes where you would see this Phoenix be difference maker and having some of those levels, being able to get some Sunrays out. You're going to see it now. The 2 points in Fire Spirits, it's still not enough to kill Zai. It's exactly what you're just talking about there. Nobody else to come and help for the kill, and instead it's Nisha that just socks him in the face.
Yeah, I honestly didn't expect him to use the Chrono like that, especially with the range of
Chase. Boxi making more happen. Dude, this guy has been so good for the past year. I don't know what it was that changed, but at some point, like, he has really leveled up his game.
I feel like that's the benefit of being in, you know, same team and having good support networks around you. It just unlocks your abilities. Yeah, at least Boxi in this game, he's making Riki look like a good hero. Of course, it is a good support right now, but I've seen so many players fail at having presence in the early game. They rely solely on the dart. But yeah, Boxi,
33. This is exactly what Sinner was talking about here. Is stand still, move around, doesn't matter what's going to happen. You're dead. And down towards mid 9, get brought down.
They are
Liquid just all over it.
I absolutely just love this. Like, again, the snap killing off the DP, you don't allow her to pressure the tower of Exo. She still has it available, but now it's like your Void doesn't have the Chrono. Your Kunkka doesn't have Void. So there's going to be a 1-minute disparity where DP can sync up with another core to start making aggressive plays. Like, already at minute 9, it feels like Tundra are just heavily on the back foot now defensively. A 4K lead for Liquid.
Okay. Going to be found here by 33, gets the time dilation. They're wanting to get something done. Gets lucky with the bash, but the showing up of Insania to make sure that his core doesn't die. Every one of these moves is being rebuffed, and then apparently is going to be sort of a nice little jump in for a kill. The gank's going back their direction, but they won't be able to find a kill on a Soxa. Got in that tower armor range. Not kept them alive against the Walrus Punch.
Yeah, Boxi also didn't have any mana for the blink strike slows. Very much. Pressure coming from all lanes, fighting up overlapping cores just to get in the face of Tundra. I think for Liquid, they're going to be looking towards maybe trying to break open the tower and get a little bit of the map state going their way. But even though they're getting some cheap kills, they're always trying to farm.
It's that regen, throw it out again. And it is only going to connect onto Boxi. Not enough. He was trying to keep the Phoenix alive maybe there. But showing the value of this Riki support and getting so much value out of that silence.
Making the rupture. He's going to go for it.
That was like on cooldown. And the snowball in, but Nisha there. Hey buddy, how's it going?
I consider
It
myself.
feels like Nisha's got like boots of travel right now.
The best
Like
player.
he's just seeing everything. He's TPing to the bot, getting the kills, running top, getting the kills. And you know, it also helps that Boxi is just setting up most of these fights as well.
I mean, so here's the thing, right? The panel is talking about this 30-minute mark. They need to get a lot out of this for Liquid. Do you think that this is the type of lead where it's like they're going to be feeling really terrible? Like, is this sort of a measured expectation of what this was going to look like? Or are Liquid even still, in spite of this early game focused draft, overperforming?
I think Liquid are just really utilizing the heroes perfectly. I think for Tundra, they have misplayed a couple of their big early spells. Think about the Exo, hasn't really pressured tower. Think about the Chrono, didn't kill off the Snapfire. These are the big spells that at least stalls Liquid out a little bit. And yeah, they just have to Boxi just styling on the map right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting in that deep vision with the sentries to make sure that he can make those aggressive moves. And Tundra, they make the smoke play up top with their two very strong heroes right now, and then can't connect for a kill.
There's no one there really.
Snaking, Gez level 6 now, but with Zai nearby, you can't really go for that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, no points in the little shredder yet. Sorry.
Of course, Snapfire, he loves to go for the damage, right? And I think, just look at the net worth, that's the key tell. It's the fact that Void, sitting third, not shutting down the Void at any point in the game, even though it's 30 for 2, I feel like the consequence for Tundra will be able to exist.
Shutting down the Void, you're saying?
Yeah, you need to, at some point, kill him, or at least continue to make him use Chronos defensively, because if you don't do this, that's going to be the key for it. It's why Tundra picked this hero. Sure, the lane didn't go as well as they maybe anticipated, but there's always like, if you're against skirmishing heroes, Void is the gotcha thing. Right? 30, 40, 50 minutes into the game, that one Chrono, that one grouping Liquid, you have multiple melee cores, there's going to be an opportunity for Tundra to hit the spells. As I say this, they're already somewhat posturing in the bot lane to maybe try and catch Skinner off guard.
It's like they have a similar idea to you as to what they want to do, although seeing him here, it looks like they're actually not going to be able to make that play happen. Making drops down a ward in the area.
Courier has been slain.
It's a courier kill. That is Boxi's courier. And they're like, huh, what was that doing now? Maybe he's in the area. They find Zai. Okay. They go for it. They're not going to go for the Chrono right away at least, but bringing in more heroes and having the toss back now, maybe they will. Okay, little Shredder isn't enough to kill off the egg. It will be there. Tundra still looking for more now. Nisha, he's right on top of all of them. The boat's going to connect, but now the storm boat, Insanian throws it back the other direction. They're in trouble. Everybody's got round on. Skinner pops the Chrono, connects onto only one, and the other one's his own teammate. It's just Boxi. He jumps out after. This has not gone great for them, but somehow it looks like they're going to clean up on the Tusk. So they get something out of that. It wasn't pretty, but it's what Tundra needed, I guess.
Yeah, Tundra needs to use their big spells to get something, and this is going to be the theme throughout the entire game now. Liquid, if they're the aggressors, or at least the counter-aggressors, respecting the egg, the Chrono, and there are so many small plays in that fight that kind of showed why Tundra was able to get ahead. Zyra, for example, he leveled the little shredder mid-fight to then go for the egg. They killed that off quite quickly. And Skinner, like, he respects the fact that he can't just throw a Chrono on the first hero. Chrono and Snapfire there. It's not already so tanky. Like even though it looks like wow, Zai's just going away for free. The fight's not going to stop. They're just going to keep trying to go for stuff. Oh wow, Konka just really just headbutt us for a second there.
He wanted a close-up. DD Kunkka still very, very scary. See the respect they're giving him. Boxi finds snaking here, and no egg means he's definitely going to fall. Boxi, he's stuck up on the cliff, and 9 gets a freebie. So that is a nice one for him. But Liquid making the move, they managed to take tier 1 mid before bottom.
The Liquid, even after a bad fight, they're going to have this mentality of just keep going again. They don't really have spells that they have to wait for. It's going to be Tundra, no chrono, go fight. No exo, respect chrono, but still go for the fight. And for Tundra at least, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. Seeding away this mid house
under attack.
15 minutes, you're going to be expecting the next tower to fall after the next engagement. So for them at least, they're going to want to try and be at least proactive in one engagement, force Liquid to stall out a little bit longer. And I mentioned this network from Void, he was the third, down the second 7k. This is going to be the insurance policy. The fact that this network lead hasn't suddenly grown for Liquid. Yeah, I mean, so he's going to just disappear off the map for a second.
Look, you can't target him out there. Joke's on you.
Hit the globs you can.
Oh my god, did he rupture him? I think he did.
No,
he
it
did.
was just a well-placed glob.
Boxi shows for a second, gets the D ward, and manages to get out of harm's way right afterward with Sox in the area and 33 right on top. Looks like it's going to be a tier 1 tower claimed for Tundra. A 3,000 gold lead. This is the type of advantage that Liquid were hoping to build up. See what Tundra can do to try and stave this off. So what is the build that he's going for? Just back for Maelstrom next on the Faceless Void. Has it done and going to BKB after.
Yeah, it's the farming build without the Midas. Of course, you go for Master Midas Maelstrom into BKB. As soon as you get BKB, you're very much a skirmishing hero. You look for the key fights and didn't want to go too greedy. I know we've seen some Voids be super greedy with their builds, especially in China, but this is the build which is, I'm ready to help if needed. If an opportunity arises, I have the damage inside Chrono to get the kills, and you already see Tundra now aligning themselves with a BKB picked up on the Kunkka. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually look to take the fight to Liquid, or at least posture to bait some key heroes out.
King gonna be found again. Zai pairs together with Nisha to get an easy kill. I saw that was the mechanism done for the Snapfire.
Shard revealed from Boxi.
They do. That was stolen and returned. The Admiral will fall. A double kill from Zai.
I almost feel bad.
They are really cooking right now on Team Liquid.
And you might be thinking, wait, why didn't the Kunkka use BKB? I think in the back of his mind, he was like, maybe the Bloodseeker hasn't shown yet, so he doesn't want to just BKB, gets ruptured, he'll still die. So it's very much, I'm out of position, I'm going to take the L, take the death, and keep the charges available on the BKB.
What was the first stun that hit him on that one?
It was the Riki dart, and then there was a slight overlap where he could have BKB'd into the cookie. So
okay.
There were many opportunities for him to be able to disengage there, but because Mickey was farming so defensively and Tundra doesn't have any aggressive vision, he was just respecting the BKB piercing aspect of Bloodseeker. Or he just didn't press it. I'd like to think he just told it. I feel like there's some good logic to not waste BKB in moments where you feel pretty dead.
I was wondering if it was that raindrop thing, but regardless, the 5k gold lead now. They find another, and Soxa.
Oh, bot lane the Void!
Oh my god, that's a rough kill. That is a rough one.
Just died from a snowball into punch, then laid with blood right. Caught off guard.
Into Insania, Avatos with the boat used yet again. They're going to take down this egg very quickly. Second boat doesn't hit on anybody of significance. Mickey is already BKB running in. Tundra, they do not have an answer. Dude, Liquid are completely cooking them.
They're punishing the heroes that are squishy right now. This Kunkka, he has BKB available, but he's not at the front of the engagements. Boxi with this sleep dart, he's annoying them, forcing Tundra to continue to try and disengage, and it all boils down to Void dying bottom 4v5. Liquid kind of have to utilize all these advantages, and Tundra aren't just reacting, I guess, quick enough under the pressure of Liquid, because Void dying bottom still being mid, it's allowing Liquid so many chances to sweep across this map. And we speak about a mid engagement, they're already top, tickling the tier 1, posturing, not allowing Tundra to get out on the map, and they've
looking
actually
for him. He's in trouble. Nine. He's in the hidey spot. Nisha knows exactly where it is though. And everybody is right on top of him. Pops the BKB, gets out of there. So a little bit of a misplay by Nisha. I think that he just had the auto walk-in right click and the Walrus Punch connected.
Definitely don't use BKB at this entire game. So maybe he's like, whoops, he's got it, my bad. But yeah, this is beautiful dota coming out from Liquid here. For Tundra, again, all of the mechanisms that they utilize to have these comebacks, to have this constant dominance, was from at least holding their triangle, or at least holding parts of the jungle relentlessly.
Another sleeping dart. They find themselves the tiny here, and looks like he is going to be another one brought down. Mickey finds him, gets the kill, smoked up, snaking. Dude, they're just all over the map, but they want to take this fight, it looks like. Out the chrono connects onto 3, a good bolt. Exorcism is doing enough damage though with the dart there, not being able to chase that much further. They connect now onto Nisha, trying to bring him down, but with Mickey moving into position, do they have enough? The wave pushes a couple out of there already. The Faceless Void is dead, and even without Zai, can see that Liquid taking this fight quite well. Is Nisha gonna go down though? This would be a big kill for them. He's got nowhere left to go, snowball out. But with the wave being thrown, it's going to be 2 dead for Liquid.
This fight, just taught so much for both teams, right? For Liquid, it's respect the fact that Tundra, even if they're behind on net worth, they have the skills to make the big plays, right? And on the flip side, Tundra, you don't really have much damage. Even if you hit the chronos, you don't have the egg layered on top. The DP's not really doing much in the fights, and they're trying to just find these opportunities. And yeah, still, Liquid are going to feel great after that engagement, killing off the Faceless Void. Blood Seeker now, 3k, 4k net worth ahead.
Yeah, he is definitely the one to beat down in this game, and with the BKB, I mean, I don't know how they're going to deal with this guy.
And
8-0-4.
Tower is under attack.
8-0-4, incredible game, but you've used all your spells in the bot side of the map. Can you protect Roshan? If Liquid want to group up, go tag team, go click it, they potentially could, especially when their BKBs are up. You already see they're somewhat posturing on the map to play this top side.
And it does look like right now, Boxi still scouting out, getting full vision in the area. Snake King is also here. Sleeping Dart connects. Can he do it all on his own? Doesn't look like he's going to need to. The rest of them are into position. And that's going to be another easy one for him. So this is what you would anticipate happening with a 9k gold lead. This is going to be a freebie.
Kind of what you expected to happen, right? Liquid, they take this fight for Tundra. They use everything they have to try and muster a fight. Doesn't really matter because it's not about the main fight for Liquid. For Liquid, it's survive the first fight, win the second. That's the entire theme of their draft.
Dire's top tower
That's why you
is
see them
under
going
attack.
tanky.
They get him up top here. Does have that BKB TP.
I don't consider myself.
Oh, no. Yeah, he doesn't. He's using it over there. Tries to get away, but the rest of the team coming in. Boxi just sticking on him, and, well, the kisses, not a one is hit, but the second sleeping dart, they're going to be able to run down 9. Nowhere left to go. With Nisha in the area, they're going to walrus punch. Even pops the BKB now, trying to buy more time. But 9 eventually is going to die here. Did they give the solo kill? No, they're not going to do it. Nisha's going to come on in and take that Boxi. Steals it away.
Oh, so long, awkward fight.
He's like, listen, I got this kill. It's mine.
Leave it. If anything, I was hoping Boxi would just let the rest of his team run across the entire side of the map and just constantly sleeping dart him. Fun.
Oh, okay.
And then if he BKBs, it's like you still don't have TP. But no, instead, Liquid, they do want to kill off a core. And I guess that's the thing. If you click on the Kunkka, right, it's where's his progression as a build, right? He's not really been able to scale. Even Zai's taking over the net worth, being 10k to 9.6. Only a BKB to his name. It really is Skidder versus the world.
As the Dota Plus win probability, 92%. So 7 to 28, this game has looked completely into the favor of Liquid over the past couple of minutes now. And Boxi bodying out Soxa. The rest of the team coming in, they're not going to jump right away. Still 3.5 minutes left on the Aegis. They've got all the time in the world to make whatever moves they want.
Insania picking up a gem as well as coming out of his courier.
Connect. So this Roche, or the smoke, Tundra feeling like they need to make a move right now with the Aegis. They run into one, find him. See, a good kill to get, but a bunch are in the area. And with the sleeping dart already out, he's actually away and fine. So with the rest of Liquid there, Mickey's kind of far forward, but has 3 minutes on that Aegis. And they're just going to have an X play, but the snowball over to the creeps, and he's also fine. Tundra smoke will not bear fruit. They're gonna have to go back to farming.
For Tundra, I think they're going to take that as a slight, not a win, but it's they smoked up, found a hero. You saw how dominant Riki is because you have so many ways to disjoint the engagement. But then it's like, okay, they don't waste their spells. They're still waiting for that one opportunity. Still right now for Tundra, if they lose the next fight, this lead is going to grow so big for Liquid. So very much it's, okay, smoke not too great, we didn't waste stuff, let's continue walking around the map together. And for Tundra to be grouped up at this time, 24 minutes, hugging each other like this, you don't see that often. Of course, this has been an exceptional game from Liquid. And then they need to keep that aggression, they need to keep closing out the map and forcing Tundra just to hold hands.
Boxi. Soxa finds him, gets darted in the middle of the avalanche. Nietzsche shows up, has the DD, and the Tiny is dead. Liquid move on in now. Mickey almost caught sight there of Skitter. Throw out the shards, but for any connection. So yeah, movement in, taking off the support, and then heading back out. Man, Liquid, they are looking really freaking good. I mean, again, like thinking about the way that we were anticipating these teams coming into this season, I think for a lot of people thought that Liquid would, you know, change. There was questions of like, how is Nisha gonna fit? I think a lot of those questions have been resolved right now. I mean, this guy's crazy good. And for Tundra, I mean, you know, this is not by any means like a bad result what we've seen so far from them. It's just, you know, a challenge that they didn't really have as much. I mean, Skitter said it himself after TI, the pubs were harder. Definitely being challenged now.
I mean, I feel like for Liquid at least, against Nisha, it's leveled up their team's ability to be aggressive. You know, Mickey as a player, Nisha is very much a scaling core that likes to be in the fights with the team. And it's just, you just have 3 cores for Liquid that want to be aggressive, that want to be in their face. No one needs to sit back and take any creep for too long.
Ooh. Find something here. Start off the front with a tidal wave, pulls him back in and gets the kill. But pop out the immediately links forward the play. That's a second too late. The egg is not going to go off, but they have enough to kill off Vicky. First death in the game. Nisha still being dropped lower and lower. Got on Avalanche before he's able to get out of there. So with Tusk starting to fall, Liquid, they go in a bit too deep and they get punished. 2 heroes go down. Both of them cores for a couple supports.
That was an incredible setup for Tundra for that fight. They utilized that tree line as if it was like an initiating tool. Everyone just hugging so deep. I think unfortunately for snaking, Skitter was a little bit slow on the chrono. Didn't expect Zai to have to utilize the blink to get so aggressive to kill off the egg, but again, Tundra showing why they are such a good team.
Boxi, it's right by some vision there. We'll get the D ward.
A cheeky D-ward at this point in the game, giving away a gem to Tundra.
It's a little crazy.
Yeah, like they don't really have ways to play outside of their big spells. But if you give them a gem, they can now start farming with a little bit of confidence.
I mean, so real quickly, how does that change up the dynamic now of this like sort of matchup? I mean, obviously losing the Aegis hurts, but it still feels like Liquid are very much in control of this one.
They for sure are in control. I think it's mainly Liquid. They need to not lose the confidence to fight, but respect the fact that they can still lose fights if they are going into those positions, right? The Kunkka, he went for this shard quite early on. He's now tidal waving people back. There's a lot of disruption coming out from 9, and the game will only get harder for Liquid. So they played an immaculate game so far, but it's off of Boxi's initiation or Nisha's aggression.
Smoke up, heading up to high ground now. Tundra, and they anticipate this movement in. It's going to be 33 over there that actually broke the smoke on Boxi. So he knows that there's somebody down here, but they're not going to be able to find him immediately. Heading further north, they would run into the rest of the team. Nisha's there, actually boldly going to walk forward. He's in front of everybody else. They go in, Ava toss, tidal wave, pulls him up to the high ground. Gonna be okay. Nisha's still stuck up on that high ground. They have anything else in the tank. They kill off Soxa in exchange for the Rubik, but it looks like that's gonna be the extent of it.
Feel Liquid there. It's like, guys, we don't really want to fight them. Sure, the spells are a little bit on cooldown, especially the chrono was on cooldown for like 10 seconds during that. But no, don't fight in their vision where they're set up. Tundra, they've got 2 high ground boards around Roshan. They can instantly disengage from the fight. Now see kind of the cogs turning for Tundra, how they feel like they're going to be able to get back into this game. Itemization wise as well, it's like you've got the Lotus now death on this. Void going for the Lincolns. Mitigators for this sleeping dart that Liquid have been utilizing so beautifully to win these early fights. That's kind of how the panel was mentioning as well. Like, it will inevitably get hard for Liquid to start the fight, even though they've been doing it so well.
I mean, this is literally the moment that they were talking about. 30 minutes in, they needed a set of racks. or Barracks, as Cinderin called it for some reason.
He's old, it's fine, don't worry. He was going for the boomer of it, so all good.
As Boxi gets caught here, we'll see if that ends up becoming an issue or not. As, well, a rupture. He's still hanging on to that BKB, but the jump in, and he's dead way too quickly. Skitter also jumps into the tree line, gets scouted now, then retreats away, but no back for 60 seconds. And Roche capable of respawning. Let's see how quick that respawn is.
It's going to be 2 minutes, I can feel it.
Oh my god, it is. All right, so too long. That would have been big for Liquid.
I mean, you don't win a TI if Roshan doesn't spawn when you want it to.
I mean, so again, like that. So that was like the framework that we came into this. Do you think that 14K gold lead, is that like equivalent to a Rax-ish to you? Like, how much pressure do you think Liquid are feeling they're under right now, or is it any pressure? Are they in a pretty comfortable spot?
Unfortunately, a 15k gold lead never feels good against a void with potential damage, because if you're Chrono, your net worth is fundamentally 0. Kinda. I mean, defensive I can help, but I'm trying to generalize it a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're aggressive, but still, it's like if Tundra hits that Chrono, hits that spell, it doesn't matter how big of a lead you have, and as long as you have the damage to kill inside that, you're going to be able to offset that lead. So I think for Liquid, no lead in this game will feel too good, because Tundra's going to be able to find that engagement, and they found it at bot lane tier 2.
Right.
Kind of feel like they're going to find it again.
It does have the feeling that it's at least possible, which is scary. You know, we heard the clip earlier that happened from, you know, Insania in the other series, that no lead is fully safe with Team Liquid lineup. But 10 to 33, if Tundra could pull this one back, that would be absolutely insane from them. 21,000 net worth for this Bloodseeker, still incredibly farmed on Mickey. See into the pit, rather right now, Husk in the pit, raking the smoke. And that signals to Tundra that can't really go for any other
bottom
move.
tower is under attack.
Kin's done for the Void. He's got more ways to keep himself alive. Again, I'm curious, like, if we're gonna see Zai try and transition into some damage eventually too. Because that could be another way that they could sort of some quote-unquote deal with the Chronos, try and kill the faceless void inside of it maybe when he gets to the higher levels.
Yeah, I think that's always an option when you go ultra late game. I think right now his build can pivot towards, I think he's got the GP being quick fight.
Yeah.
I think Wraith Pact, honestly, in this game is pretty good. Mitigate that physical damage from the void inside Chrono. He's already got a blink to be able to get into the middle of the fight and Nil Shuddering the egg.
Right.
So yeah, I think like BKB, Wraith Pact, and then at that point, and maybe look towards becoming another right clicker, but
what are Liquid gonna do here? Their smoke is 5, and it looks like they're checking out for the vision. It definitely feels like this is the moment where, I mean, if they can win this fight, it's running down lanes, forcing out buybacks.
it's a big if though. Like, they're smoked up, but so much caution. I think, you know, we've seen on Twitter Amar response to snaking. It's, congrats you won, but yeah, you're the triangle team. You're the team that just AFKs by the ancients, you know, holds hands and eventually just hit the spells.
Listen, triangles revolutionized the world, okay? There's some great engineering around triangles.
Yeah, Tundra, their logo is also a triangle. It literally, they're advertising the fact that they are this type of team in Liquid. 16k up, 23 kills up, yet they don't want to try and break into the side of the map because they understand their draft is about skirmishing in the open kind of space of the map. It's the long drawn out fights, win the second fight, not the first. It's just an awkward part of the game.
To be fair, also, it's not even a triangle anymore. It's a small camp. It's a line.
Oh, come on.
they're in the line.
All right.
Dude, look at the circle. Boxy's just drawing the circle aggressively. He's like, guys, they're there. Right here. Go farm everything. Which it looks like they're about to do. So, I mean, over time, you're getting outpost experience on the side of Liquid. You're getting more camps. You're getting more gold. Tiny is now going to push out the bottom side of the map. Soxa feeling comfortable doing this. Does that give enough confidence for Liquid to want to hunt high ground? I don't think so.
I think on the flip side, I think it gives Tundra more confidence. You've just completed Aeon Disc for 33. You can assemble it when you need. 4-star on the Tiny.
Oh, that was close. I think Boxi got pushed away, actually, by the tidal wave. It's going to be fine, though. Soxa jumps in. Avatar's back. Oh that's a nice play. Boxi dead right at the start. They have the kisses going out, snaking backs away, and stolen X marks the spot. So they get one kill onto the Riki. Now gonna smoke. Where do they go for? Are they going right to the pit?
I wanted to tell you, this is smoke just to evade the vision of the potential Liquid high ground. They're using X, so they're using everything.
No, they know though. Liquid is so aware of this. Riki goes on in, throws out that blood right. Tundra, they're all grouped together around it. Jumps out. They still have Exorcism going down. Half HP on the Roche. They're Xing the Bloodseeker right now, and now the X on the Soxa to toss it back in, but then the X on X, and Riki popped his PKB though. He thought he was being tossed back in. Oh, that is unfortunate. A weird mechanic, but as the what the hell? What am I seeing? What was that? But now the control and trying to bring him down. Scary dies. Riki came on in and beat the shit out of him. Soxa trying to get out of there. Nisha gets pulled away. The Walrus punch now. Connection on to Soxa. Nine trying to get out of there. It doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Liquid say, heck no. Screw your Roche. We're taking it all.
Nisha deserves so many clips for that play. That was
Radiant's
horrendous stuff for
middle tower is
Liquid.
under
Mickey having to
attack.
use his BKB just because of the double X interaction. And then on top, like, he gets the kill, he gets the
middle
Aegis,
tower
he
has
blows up the
fallen.
Void before he can even survive and get thrown off. He is worth every single
Looks
penny
like
that Liquid
Radiant
paid for him.
closed the
Oh my
blast
god.
doors.
This should,
Dire's
it felt like
structures
Tundra's
are
comeback right there.
fortified.
Has to be taking the
Radiant's
Roshan.
middle tower is
Look
under
at
attack.
this. The split out.
And once
Radiant's
again,
middle tower
just the
has
insanity of these
fallen.
X marks. He's allowing Nisha to go in, but then bringing him
Radiant's
back to the
middle
safety of his
barracks are
team.
under
And the
attack.
Lincolns was popped and
Radiant's
skidded there,
middle
which
barracks
allowed
have
all the
fallen.
spells to come
Radiant's
on top
middle
of that. Yeah,
barracks have
an
fallen.
incredible fight from Liquid.
Let me tell you, that is the first time that a Rubik has gotten a highlight with X marks the spot. Like,
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
that is crazy. 20k gold lead now, and Aegis on the Tusk.
Again, it feels like it shouldn't be this way. And I don't
Right.
think this is any disregard to Liquid. It's more like Tundra has been in these positions so many times. But these are the plays that the Aegis goes to Tundra.
Right.
The comeback style, it occurs. But for Liquid, it's like they are just playing so immaculately that they just outplay.
They're playing really, really well. I'm super impressed with Liquid, and I think that there weren't haters coming into this season. There were a couple people that were sort of, I don't even think there were people that were really questioning it. Like, Nisha's just so freaking good, but proving it is a whole different thing. And right now, they're all over it. Tundra still in this one by every conceivable metric. They have Faceless Void late game with the Phoenix. Can they get that perfect fight though? Aeon Disc going to be proc. The Sleeping Dart afterwards keeps him alive. Chrono, but it's onto a lot of his team. Not sure if it's going to be enough. Focus dropping down low. Almost dead. 9 out of there. And can they finish off the rest of them? Mickey there. 4 dead. 5 dead. Liquid, they are going to 2-0 Tundra. What a series.
You didn't see
And Nisha doesn't get out. Wait, actually, you know what? I'm going to give it to Insania. Hey, Nina, we're kind of hyped.